Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Rawkode Live. I am your host, Rawkode. Today is our 7th episode of Klustered, a show in which me and a guest will attempt to fix broken Kubernetes clusters. The catch is these clusters are broken by members of our community, and sometimes they're nice to us and sometimes they're downright evil. No idea what we're going to expect today, but hopefully it will be educational and fun for all. Now, before we get started and I introduce today's guest, please remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell. You will get alerts for every episode of Klustered, as well as all the other educational materials that I'm putting out there in the cloud native landscape. I would also encourage you to join the Discord. We're doing something a little bit different today. If you're on a Discord, there is a Discord stage, a feature which launched yesterday. People in there can communicate and discuss the episode live over audio, and if we get stuck during today's episode, we're going to go to the audience for some help. So get in there, get involved. Also, I'd love to thank my employer. They allow me to spend time and energy and compute resources putting these educational materials together. So thank you to Equinix Metal. If you want to check out Equinix Metal, you can use a coupon code, which will get you $50, which is around 100 hours of compute. That code is Rawkode Live. Awesome. That is the housekeeping done. Now I can introduce today's wonderful guest. I am joined by Guinevere Saenger. Hi, Guinevere. How are you?
Hey, good morning from Seattle. I'm doing well today. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, but as always, we're clustered, slightly scared, worried, paranoid, and excited, all in one, rolled up into a ball. I don't think you need an introduction. Everyone is familiar with you in the Kubernetes community. Why don't you give us the TLDR and anything else that you want to share, and then we'll move on and get started on today's clusters.
I am the loud, bouncy one that asks all the questions. So I don't know everything about Kubernetes. Some people think I do. I usually know who to ask for help. I consider that my secret power, and I'm here to share that it's okay to not know everything and learn together and find out. So that's I think that's me. I live at Seattle, which is beautiful right now. We have awesome spring weather, mountains on 3 sides. When we all can, again, you should all come visit. I have a kiddo. He's maybe going to poke in his head at some point. Sweet. And I'm really excited. I've not watched one of these before, so I'm gonna be like, wait, how does this work? And I'm looking at this and I'm really excited. I love pair programming, so pair debugging is my next favorite thing. And I'm super excited.
We'll be doing a lot of debugging, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, we have 2 broken clusters. We're going to use teleport. We're going to pair in the same session. We're going to work out what's wrong, and then hopefully we're going to fix it. I love that you said, you want to show people that you don't have to know everything. I feel like I've done a sterling job of that in the first 6 episodes. I've definitely shown that, you can work in this space for a long time and work with Kubernetes daily. There's still things that catch me every single time. And I think that's true for everybody, right? We want to set new norms that you don't know everything. And then it's just about experience and learning together. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, I learned that the default backoff limit on jobs is 6. I learned that the hard way. I kept waiting for my job to fail, and it didn't.
Well, there you go. Today I've learned that as well. So
right,
we've already started off on the right foot, which is exactly what we want. All right, you've not seen this before, so you don't know what all the other breaks that people have been quite evil about. So we're really going to see today whether these people like this or not. So we should introduce our first broken cluster. So we're going to start with
Okay.
Cluster 14 today, which is broken by Phil Welts, who is a member of the Discord community, active on Twitter, and is European. So we offered to do this cluster first so that he can spend a little time with us and hopefully give us any advice if required. Well, when required. Let's just put that out there already. Now, let me pop open my screen share. We're now floating bubbles. We have our teleport. I'm going to jump on to the control plane node of cluster 14. I will zoom in just a smidgen, and if you can just join that and type echo hello or something so we know you're with us, and we will get started. As always, audience, please feel free to leave your YouTube comments for anything that we missed, things you want us to check. If you're in the Discord stage, we will try and get you involved as well as we get stuck. So, how's your session looking?
I might not have joined your session. Let's see. Let me disconnect. Active sessions. Options. Root. Session is in progress. Aha, I'll join yours. I joined my own session. That was smart of me.
All right, well, Phil assures us that he has treated the cluster kindly. We are going to find out. So normally what I would do first here is just kind of get us set up. Well, first I always do my alias, otherwise I'm going to type that 14,000 times and get that wrong. The other thing I want to do is... Oh.
Sorry.
So
careful.
So that we don't have to specify --kube config every 14 seconds, I will just export that too. So now, in theory, we can run kget nodes. I'll let you jump in and get that done. And we'll see if Phil is kind enough to leave us an API server. Look at that. That rarely ever happens.
Maybe this cluster isn't broken and it's an April Fool's joke.
Well, I'm hoping he's broken something, but we will still do our best to give this cluster a little bit of diligence and see if we can find something that is wrong. Now, because you've not seen this before, I'll just kind of run through the objectives. Normally, in our default namespace, we would have a couple of workloads. An application that has a little video of me pointing to my watch going, we better fix this. It would appear we don't have said workload. So we'll need to work that one out first. Although I'm curious about the Postgres 0. So it looks like we do have the database, but we don't have the web application.
Right.
And normally I'd want to deploy an upgrade to the application, which gives us a new shiny video of me dancing, but we're not in a position to do that yet.
Let's see if we have pods hiding in other namespaces, though.
Yeah, go for it.
Oopsies. I could type in front of people. Oh, yeah. Did I fail to mention that? Aha. So there's a bunch more stuff.
Yes, it looks...
Let's see.
One of the Ceph pods appears to be hanging. I'm just going to run that again because my scroll seems to... Oh, there we go. Scroll is working.
Very good. Yeah. Okay, awesome. So there's a Cilium operator that's been going on that is in a Cilium namespace. I don't even know what Cilium is, so that's cool.
Cilium is the CNI plugin that we use on these clusters.
Awesome. So, and then Kyverno, also of interest. That one looks like it was installed 18 hours ago, so that's different. I don't know. Again, I don't know what that is. And then we have a hanging 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Okay. Also, some of the operators had some restarts. Oh gosh, the CSI plugin has been restarted 17 times, 14 times. Okay. There might be some clues there.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have to follow, I guess, what is a breadcrumb, right? The only container in this entire cluster which is not currently running is our rook ceph detect version. which is stuck on an init container step. So I reckon we're going to have to get some logs out of there. The Kyverno that you're not familiar with is a policy agent, which probably has some admission controllers in the system that we'll want to take a look at later. That definitely is new. I did not deploy Kyverno to these clusters. So good thing we pointed that out.
Kyverno sounds like the main character in a high fantasy novel. Like, you know, winter is coming, beware Kyverno's curse. I actually have I have avoided Game of Thrones for its entire existence, so maybe I should make jokes about it. Let's see. Okay, so where's my prompt? I think I lost my prompt somehow. Nope, there it is. The scroll. Excellent. Let's get some logs out of there. Okay, log. Is it log or logs? I always forget.
I think it's logs. I tend to use logs. But you'll need to specify the namespace.
Okay, is waiting to start pod initializing. What happens if we like...
So if we want to get the init container log, we'll need to provide the name of the container. So we're probably going to have to describe it and see what's actually going on in that spec, I think.
Okay. Script pod.
Aha.
Cool. Failed to set up network for sandbox. Failed to find plugin Cilium CNI in path CNI bin. And there were a bunch of restarts on that Cilium container.
Yeah, that's weird. Why would... I'm not sure why our CSI plugin is...
It's a CNI plugin. Container network.
All right, okay, so the CNI can't set up a sandbox for this. Okay. Okay, so I think I think Phil has done something to our CNI. I'm curious, how brave are you feeling?
I am terrified, but that doesn't necessarily contradict the bravery. Do we want to just like kick a pod? Like kill it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is in order to confirm that this is not related to Rook and Ceph and this is a CNI thing, I've got a funny suspicion that if we kill any other pod, it will also fail to start. Is kind of what I'm thinking.
Interesting. Yeah, sure. Let's see. We have detect version. That one is like, it's literally just detecting a version. Let's not kill the operator one.
What's harmless?
Which one do you want to boot out?
Let's kill one of the Metal LB speakers because we're not even using load balancing. Right. So we'll just do, what was that namespace called? Metal LB system. Yeah. Oh, system delete pod. And then it started.
7 seconds? It started. Well, let's take a look at the logs.
Yeah. Sorry,
I guess I could type too.
All right, we'll take our fair share of typing. That's all fine. No, that BGP.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
it's okay. We can ignore that. That's Equinix thing.
So maybe. So it's the init container, right?
So it could be something. No, on you go. What's your train of thought there?
Let's take a look at one of those. Like, so we have the CSI plugin. Wait, okay? So first of all, what's the difference between CSI and CNI? Let's talk about it. There's too many acronyms here. Container system interface or
storage.
Container storage interface. Okay, thank you. and then container network interface, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, those ones have seen a bunch of restarts, but they're in the same. We might want to describe one of those and see why they got restarted so many times, because that might be related. So the rook Ceph namespace seems to be having some trouble. Maybe there's something messed up in the namespace. The other thing that we might look at is the operator logs.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. If the 14 restarts, 5 restarts, 17 restarts, yeah, maybe there's something that is confined to this. Although,
can we get the previous logs for that pod?
we could, although we just had a spanner thrown into our hypothesis. Philip has commented saying that he has not touched the CSI.
Okay.
So
Good.
I think this is potentially just a red herring.
All right.
Okay, so there should be a workload running in our default namespace, which isn't there.
Yes.
I'm going to redeploy it,
Yep.
just to see if it works. So I'm going to do that from my own machine because that's just where the manifests are, which I know you won't be able to see, but I'll do just workload. And pop back over here. So that was all unchanged. I really hope I'm working on the right cluster. But we can't see anything. So if we don't see pods, I do expect to see... all right. We have a deployment, but we don't have pods.
Interesting.
I guess
so let's describe that deployment. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Rolling update strategy, 25% max unavailable. Available false. Minimum replicas unavailable. Progress deadline exceeded. Oh, replica sets.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a couple of failures here. It seems to be saying, I think it's unable to create the replica sets.
Yeah. I also...
Interesting.
And there's 0 pods. What if... So we cannot... Okay. So we try to redeploy this. Can we...
So I
Can
think...
we delete... Huh.
Yeah. So we tried to redeploy it. It's all unchanged, right? The cluster thinks the deployment is fine. It looks like we do have the replica sets. We're not getting pods. We did see the Kyvernal earlier. So I think we're probably going to want to see what Kyvernal has done to our cluster. But I'm just going to run a get events and see.
Yeah. Aha.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of errors here. Okay, and a mutating webhook configuration. Always a pleasure.
Owner ref invalid namespace. Okay. So it looks like it's a permission thing. Does not exist in namespace empty. So we're in the default namespace, not the namespace empty string.
I think.
Right?
I can't remember how
does
that
not
works.
exist in namespace.
It's not something I've ever tested before. I think, I would hope, I don't even know, but maybe an empty string should be default, but then that error message makes it look pretty weird.
That error message makes it look like somebody is just giving it a blank namespace.
Why don't we see if we can, I can never remember it. Let's do cluster, API resources, right?
We can also just get all.
I'm going to grep that for mutating. Yeah, there we go. So let's see what is in our cluster. These seem to be 26 seconds old.
When we deploy, wait. That's not one we deployed. That's like more recent than that.
That is more recent than that.
Okay.
Let's describe these because
Yep.
those look a little suspicious, don't they?
I know nothing about admissions policy. I'm just used to having permissions everywhere. It does not exist in namespace empty string. So,
okay, so it looks like a lot of noise, but
client config.
although the policy on this is ignored, so even if this webhook failed, although I wonder if this is mutating the namespace. Interesting.
So the owner ref garbage collector controller. What happens if we delete the Kyverno pod?
I think that's a great idea. Kill it with fire. We'll need to delete the mutating webhooks. I mean, we can delete the Kyverno pod, but I don't think it's the mutating webhooks would still be there. Although I guess the failure policy is.
What do mutating webhooks even do? I'm gonna.
So
ask Google.
What these do is that it just means that anytime that the API server wants to create a new resource within the cluster, it will send that request to all of the mutating webhooks who can actually modify that request in the cluster without us knowing. I suspect what's happening here is that one of these mutating webhooks is deleting the namespace on all of the pod objects, potentially. So I'm going to say go away. Like, we do not want any of these Kyverno policies in our cluster. Oh, I thought I could just do... Oh, all, not dash A. We can give that a few seconds and maybe we'll start getting a pod up. We may have to actually encourage that to happen. So why don't we delete both the replica sets and try and speed that up? And hopefully the deployment controller will... Yeah, there we go. There's our replica set. Although we still don't have our pod. Oh well.
Okay, so can we describe the deploy again? See what happened? Should have some events. Scaled up replica set to 1. Okay.
So not quite an April Fool, but Phil has commented that he installed Kyverno just for distraction. Aha.
Nice.
Thanks, Phil.
So I'm looking at some of this. So if we are having a replica set that says we want this thing, but it's not coming up at all.
Well,
like at all.
We're getting a lot of comments from Walid in the chat. Shall we jump over and ask him what he thinks?
Sure. Where are we jumping over to?
Oh, sorry, I'll bring Walid over here. Walid, do you want to jump into the Discord stage and we'll get your advice? Dun, dun, dun. This is where I wish I knew exactly how long the latency was between YouTube, because I could say that and I don't know if he's going to hear it within 1 second or like 14 hours. So like, I'll magic him along. Come on, Walid.
I see a failed create for the replica set. And then...
there's Walid.
Replica failure, failed create.
Hey, Walid, can you hear me? Walid.
I can hear you.
There we go. Gwen, can you hear Walid okay?
Yes.
All right. You were typing into the chat quite a bit there. What are you suggesting we look at next, Walid?
I'm not sure because Phil says he installed the Kyverno as a distraction. However, I would like to check if there are Kubernetes policies. So if you do kube control, get cluster policies or cpod to just.
It looks like we have a cluster policy called disallow privilege escalation. I'm going to assume, unless that's been very sneakily named in order to take our attention away from it, that's probably unrelated. All right. Okay, the latency on YouTube and Discord is a bit funky, so I'm just going to mute that just now, and Gwen and I are going to march on. Okay, let's see.
So I'm looking. Okay, so basically, I see that like the. Okay, so.
No, we deleted all these webhooks, so I'm at least just filling up our event log and really making things weird for us. Wow. Oh, validating too. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Look, there we go.
Pod security policy. Aha! It's just clogging up the logs.
Yeah. So
nice.
See, that Kyvernal distraction, as Phil called it, was actually hiding and obfuscating all the debugging stuff that we needed.
All right.
Okay.
So error creating pods is forbidden. Pod security, unable to admit pod empty. Okay.
There we go. So we have the root privilege policy. I think it's just part of rook and Ceph. I think that's okay. I'm going to assume this 42 one, which is such a random name, is possibly doing something a bit funky. So why is doing
describe that?
Yeah. Can you do PSPs? Let's find out. Oh, you can. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
So this is saying
it has a path prefix. I wonder.
Will we just delete it?
Sure. What does it belong to, though? Is it managed by something? Who created this pod? Look at the namespace. Its namespace. It has no namespace.
There's no metadata on this, which I think it just means that a bad actor has decided to drop this in and cause a little bit of carnage. So I'm just going to sledgehammer approach, and we're going to delete that.
Okay.
Do we think we have a pod? No.
Still no. I'm wondering who created this pod security policy. There are some extra operators in here, aren't there? Right here, Cilium operator. Hubble relay, default. Yeah, I want to know what the Cilium operator does. Maybe this is totally off.
So that manages the CNI plugins.
I see. Okay.
I think that should be all right.
Okay.
I wonder. That's the thing with this show. Like, you think you're onto something and then nothing happens. I'm going to delete the replica sets again to try and encourage your pod to be recreated. Because if the pod security policy did block it, the replication controller, I'm not sure when it would try again.
That's fair.
No.
All right. Can we describe the replica set that we're getting?
Yes. Oh, we still have a pod security policy.
Another pod security policy. Replica set controller.
I didn't think those are... No, they're not named. So I wonder if
So,
these ones that I thought were okay and happy pod security policies are actually sneaky pod security policies.
so what are the caps there? I don't know what that column is.
That's the capabilities given by the kernel.
Capabilities.
Yeah.
See, I see caps and I think capybaras. That's just, please send me capybara pictures on Twitter, everyone. Okay, so sysadmin, rook privileged. And then, yeah, I don't know let's describe those, I guess. Can we do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could type, but there we go.
Okay. Run as any manager kubectl client side apply. Allow privilege escalation false. Okay, is this the one we're using though? Is this the one we're under? What was the pod security policy? Hang on, let me scroll back. Oh gosh, I scroll back, everybody.
No, when you scroll, it's just you.
Oh, you're scrolling as well.
I was looking for any sort of hint.
Okay. Pod security policy. Oh, wait. From replica set controller, can we get logs from the replica set controller? Is that a thing? Because I would like to figure out which pod security policy is broken.
So we could go and take a look at the API server logs. I think that would be a good idea.
Because Sledgehammer deleting pod security policies feels like maybe now we're removing the debug abilities, since none of this gets exported to any external logging system.
Okay.
There's more Kyverno.
Yeah, let's try and get Kyverno out of the picture. Nothing. Okay, why don't I just open it in VIM?
Okay.
It just seems to be all Kyverno.
Authorities yeah.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
All right, let's just clarify. We have an API server, we got a proxy, we got a scheduler, everything we expect. The kublet's running, it seems quite happy, etcd's happy. We're communicating with the API server.
This is a permissions thing.
Yeah, for some wacky reason, it's claiming a pod security policy was unable to admit our pod, even though we have no pod security policies.
And there's an empty list. Like, it feels like there is an error message that we aren't getting at the end there, right? Unable to admit pod.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm feeling a little confused.
What's the... Okay, so I don't know anything about pod security policies, so I'm just going
Nor
to...
should you, they're deprecated.
Which Kubernetes version are we using?
120, I think. They're deprecated but not removed, so they're still available at the moment.
Okay.
Let's see. So this is our API server configuration.
Yep.
We can disable pod security policies. Is that too harsh?
No, no, let's do it. We want this to work.
All right, let's see if that restarted. Kube API server. Yeah, it did. Just make sure there's not. I'm going to give that a second and check the pod again, but see if there's anything suspect in here. Pod. Do you see anything? Sorry, I know I'm scrolling fast, but it looks normal.
Yeah.
Maybe. I love that everything I say is in the form of a question without being a question. Like, is it or? Well.
What's an insecure port thing? I don't know.
I think that can be ignored. I don't think that does anything anymore. I think insecure ports were again maybe.
Well, we have an insecure port equals 0, and we have a secure port equals 6443. So I guess.
I hate this show. Oh, what have I done? I broke the API server.
Yep.
Shit. Oh, wait. Oh, was it restarting? Oh, I think because I dropped out of Vim and it's just restarted. Okay. Phew.
So why do we, I'm also confused. Why do we have 2 roles on the API server? Is that normal?
Which ones do you see?
Well, when we describe the, I'm sorry, I just noticed that the Kube API server also has, is when you just describe the nodes.
Oh, every time I quit out of Vim, it restarts it. Oh, sorry.
Oops.
No, off you go. You can type.
I mean, maybe. What? What do we want?
Yeah, I don't think it's restarted yet. All right, we're getting. Oh, sorry. We're getting some advice from the audience here that there was an allow privileged false flag in the API server manifest, which needs to be changed to allow privileged true. So
okay. Wait, so we're having too many privileges. Allow privilege true.
Yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure. So I'm assuming the API server is saying that we're allowed privileged pods. I'm not entirely sure what that flag does. I think I'll need to let the audience tell us because I have no idea. Oh, there we go. That was it.
Dang.
All right, so we'll give that a second to pulls the container image. We'll do our upgrade, and hopefully that is enough to get us onto our second cluster. So there wasn't a lot changed
Still container
there, but
creating.
Still sneaky. I'm hoping it's pulling the image. Oh no. Okay.
Didn't we get that before?
We were seeing that with the Rook Ceph stuff, but everything else seems to. Oh no, we've lost our psyllium pods. Oh, I'm such an idiot. When we ran get plots in the Cilium namespace earlier, there were only the two operators. And now it's just occurred to me that, yeah, there was not actually any CNI agents running on the nodes. And now I see one in an error state, and I'm even more worried. But I should have picked that up. Why did that fail? Huh. They're coming, maybe. No, error. Logs. Let's see.
Could not open. Subsys daemon read-only file system. So, what are the system control files here? Open IPv4, IP forward, IP forward. So sounds like we need to change the permissions on that. What?
Let's try edit daemon set Cilium. I mean, is that not a daemon set? Oh, it's in the wrong namespace. Edit Cilium.
It's in the Cilium namespace.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure I said that out loud and then continued not to type it. So that was useful. Okay, what is going on with this daemon set?
Enable debug, false. So maybe first of all, we want to enable debug true.
That might be healthy. I wonder if these read-onlys true though should just be removed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know if those are supposed to be or not. That's the thing with this show. People are cruel. Like, what was the file system? Was it
there was a read-only file system, but the file system I don't think were any of these paths.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Modules. Oh wait, temp Cilium config map. No, but there were underscores in the read-only error.
We can just pull it up again, can't we? Let's get
Yeah, it's like proc sysnet IPv4. Wait, disabled support for due to missing kernel support.
I guess what we could always do, I'm guessing, is take a look at the Cilium config map. See if something in there has been changed. Not that I would even know if it had. So the operator should monitor this config map and roll out the agents for us. So really, I guess we just want to see.
I don't see anything. It's monitor aggregation interval.
No, that looks all right to me.
Yeah. Sidecar Istio.
Yeah, I don't think that's been touched. So why is? I mean, the only reason that it couldn't write to proc sysnet would be if it wasn't privileged. Maybe we.
Do we have a Cilium config map?
Yeah, that was the thing we were just in. But it didn't really seem to have too much in it. which means we're kind of back to looking at those read-onlys. Now, should we just remove them and just see what happens?
Let's see. So this is the Cilium. Sorry, I just did some.
I could just
Google
redeploy
cheating.
Cilium. Is that cheating?
I don't think so.
All right. Let's just do it. Oh, I need to tell it not to create the namespace. Create namespace. Okay, we'll just redeploy it. We'll see what happens. Unchanged, unchanged. The operator was changed. And the daemon set was changed. Okay, so something did happen on those two. I'm curious if we edit the daemon set now, if those read-only file systems are still there. They are, okay. So something had changed in here. Something had changed in the operator. And we're getting running Cilium agents. Yeah. Good. Phew. I was getting panicked. I'm curious what you changed, Phil. Feel free to let us know in the comments. So does that mean...
Does that mean we have our pods? Pending. That's different. Right? Was that the same pod? Oh, no, pending. Yeah.
Okay.
Taint. Node role Kubernetes IO master. Yes. I was going to say here when we did K get nodes. I think I just blipped out a little bit, but see this? The control plane node has 2 roles. Why does it need 2 roles?
I'm
Why does it need the master role? I don't think it does need that.
I think that's a legacy thing, because it was renamed from master to control plane, so it's maybe just left around because there's still things that depend on that label being there.
But we're in Kubernetes 120. Seriously? Taint 0 to 4 nodes are available. One node had taint, but the pod didn't tolerate. Okay, that's fine. 3, too many pods. Too many pods.
Did it say too many pods? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He changed the pod limit on the API, or is it the kubelet or the API server?
I don't know.
Let's find out. I think it's the kubelet, but I'm going to check. Yeah, okay, it's not in here. Let's find the kubelet. So the kubelet is started
That's
for
like what?
system D.
System D. Oops, sorry. I let you drive.
Oh no, feel free if you want to open the kubelet.
No.
Okay, so this tells us where all the configurations are. So we'll just pop these open one by one. Let's look at
kubelet config.
Yeah. No, that's just the thing. Let's try this one. Pod. Anything. Nope. Okay, next. Could be QBDM flags. No. Which one did I miss?
Etsy default kubelet? User bin kubelet?
No. Maybe it was that first one. No. I must have missed one. that's the one for connecting to the cluster. The kubelet we just opened, I've opened it 3 times now. The controller manager is not the one I'm looking for. It has to. Why am I so bad at this? cd var lib kubelet vim config. Not there. Maybe I just don't know what the flag is called. Maybe I should just read them all.
Can we restart the kubelet?
Yeah, but we need to find that config first. I'm sure it's max pods. Unless it's not the kubelet on the control. Oh, I'm such an idiot again. It's going to be the kubelet on the worker nodes. He's modified the kubelet on all the worker nodes so that they can't run any more pods. Okay, I've joined another session if you want to pop over. Hopefully, I'm finally starting to come to my senses a little bit here. There we go. Oh.
I am having super... I'm going to drop off, I think, and reconnect because I cannot see. It's very fuzzy. Your screen is incredibly fuzzy right
now. Oh, no. Yeah, feel free to drop off. I'll restart some
kubelets. Be right back.
Will you do that?
Perfect.
Var lib kubelet config. Oh, a different number on each host. That's fun. Thanks, Phil. Welcome back.
Hooray, I can see you.
Okay, I have removed all of those very sneaky max pod settings. And I'll probably need to restart the kubelet on all of these. We'll have to start sticking salt stack on all these machines, so this is easier. Okay, all those kubelets now being restarted.
Aha.
And hopefully are pending changes. I hope so. I hope there's nothing else on this cluster.
Failed to sync secret cache. Timed out waiting for the condition.
I'm hoping those are old.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, sorry. Off you go. I won't touch the keyboard anymore. It doesn't log anything. It's just a really
nice.
Do you want to modify that deployment and change the version to V2?
Which version?
On the image, so just k edit deploy clustered.
API version.
No, change it on the container image. So we're going to upgrade my application so we can see me dance.
I see. Container image.
Yeah, there we go. On GitHub Container Registry. My new favorite registry.
Aha.
So we should be able to change that V1 to a V2. I'll port forward from my local machine. We'll see the dance and we will move on to our second clustered. Thanks, Phil.
Let's dash F.
Okay, our new version is almost running. There we go. Okay, I'm going to
terminating.
Okay, I'm port forwarding. I'm now going to come on, dance. Something weird networking there. No video supported. Ah, well, we're not getting to see my dance this time. That's annoying. All right, fixed. Let's move on to our second cluster.
All right.
How was your first cluster?
Whew. Right.
Close all of my 14 tabs. We're now on cluster 12. Thank you again, Phil, for something that you said you'd went easy on us. Took us a little bit of time to find, but we got there in the end. Our second broken cluster is by Guy Templeton, who is the co-chair of SIG Autoscaling and an engineer at Skyscanner, and happens to live very local to me. So, hey Guy, how are you doing? I have created a session. I've created a teleport session on the control plane of cluster 12 if you want to pop over. I will set up our cube control stuff. So alias K. I should really just bake these into the image, shouldn't I?
Fascinating.
Is it broken again?
Nope, wait. I keep connecting to my own session. All right, here we are. Maybe. It's thinking about it.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Aha! Hi. There I am.
I will give you the honors of running kget, nodes, get pods, whatever you fancy, and see if we have... Oh, man, 2 clusters with an API server. People are being very kind. Although at this point in time, I actually think it's easier for me to debug the API server than stuff.
All right.
Okay.
So we're looking for the cluster deployment.
We are.
And that is running. So is Postgres. And there are some Smurl tools, which, what is Smurl?
I have no idea. I'm going to
Let's ask Google.
Smurl. Smurl, connected counters for social media.
Surprisingly powerful communication tools for your business.
I wonder why we have Smurl on our cluster.
Fan count display in real time is my first result. All right.
Shall we run get pods on namespaces and see?
Yeah. Whoopsies.
See if there's anything suspect.
Seth, there are some jobs. Prepare cluster 12 completed 42 hours ago. You might want to ping back in and see some of those logs. There's 3 completed jobs. So why are there jobs here? There's a system, cube scheduler, speaker. Okay, so this looks like somewhat less terrifying. We have a pending sleep pod, so that just looks like something that is sleeping forever, and timing out due to like health checks or something.
It's also the weird Smurl stuff, which probably shouldn't even be there anyway. So
let's describe the deploy and see why there are extra pods in it. Yes.
Yeah. Why? Let's see why this one's pending, I guess. Oh no. Yeah, Klustered is fine. It looked like it was running.
Yeah.
Should we just try and apply the update? When we just switch it to version 2? Maybe this cluster's working.
Rolling update, yeah. Sure.
Clustered with a...
All right. Progress deadline seconds. Oh, I can't scroll. Right. There.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Could not be patched. Request is too large. etcd server.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I don't like etcd problems.
Deployments.apps could not be patched. Request is too large. So I'm wondering, what are these? So we have these extra pods in the namespace, right? How big are these pods? And they've been sitting there, right? And the sleep pod has a pending status. No logs.
Yeah, you may want to describe it and see.
Yeah. Exists tolerations. Not ready. Execute. Exists for OP. Exists for 300 seconds. Okay, so 5 minutes. Tolerations. Unreachable. No execute.
Something tells me these are just noise to get us looking at the wrong thing.
Maybe.
So when we tried to modify the clustered deployment with the new version of our image, we got an error from etcd saying that the request was too large. So
Yeah.
I think we want to go check our etcd manifest and maybe the etcd logs. Yeah, we should probably look at the etcd logs, right?
So cool. Where do those live? Is it var log etcd?
They'll be under var log containers, and then there should be an etcd file, hopefully, in there.
Is it directory?
Yeah, that's the one. All right, lots of hell.
Okay. Wow. I hit Control C just so we can. Wow, health okay. Okay, there's a ton of health checks here.
Yeah,
Somebody is sending so many health checks that, right? There are like what?
every 10 seconds. Yeah, there's a health check.
Okay, that's okay though. That shouldn't.
So I think this is strangely good because it means that etcd probably isn't broken and just misconfigured. That's kind of what my hunch is saying. So why don't we jump into /etc/Kubernetes/manifests?
Kubernetes every time.
And if we do, take a look at etcd.yaml. In fact, let's see if it's been modified. Do you want to do an ls-l and see the timestamp on it?
Sure. Oops.
I really hope it's been modified.
March 30th.
Yeah, last night.
23.
Yeah, we see you, guy. We know what you're doing here. All right, let's pop this open. And hopefully it's as simple as a flag he's passing in to restrict the size of the request. Do you see it?
Hang on. Max request bytes 5. Shall we just delete that line?
We can either delete it or make it really big. I'm happy to delete it and put it back if we need. We'll remember max request byte. Or comment. Oh, no. If you, comment it. Let's do that. Good idea.
Can we do that? Does that even work? How do we comment? Oh, wait.
It'll be a hash symbol, yeah.
Oh,
or a pound if you're American, which, well, the audience maybe. Never understood.
Octothorpe. What?
The German word?
No, that's.
I saw you were telling me the German word for like a pound symbol or something, or a hash symbol there.
No, the German symbol for the pound is the same.
It's
the number.
The
number's the thing. Yeah. I only know this because my grandmother's old recipes were still in pounds.
Ah, got it.
A German pound is 500 grams. How much is a British pound? I mean, like the weight, not the money.
I have no idea. I wish I knew that. I'm going to modify our deployment just to see if it works. Maybe this is going to be nice and simple. I always say that with such hope. Well, the good news and bad news. It's saved, but it's not doing anything.
But it didn't get edited.
So the edit does show it, but yeah, we're not.
Shall we redeploy it? Or possibly delete the pod first?
Yeah, why don't we delete the pod, and then I reckon we're probably going to have to check replica. This could be the same problem as the last one. It could be a pod security policy or a mutating webhook. So let's delete the pod and see what happens.
Saying in.
That should be okay. I think it's thinking about it, hopefully. I'm going to Control-C it and just see what's happening. Yeah, I think it's trying. Okay,
terminating.
Why don't we...
Why is it terminating forever?
Either something's been messed with again, or it's just being particularly slow. Let's describe our replica set. Okay. Now, we don't see anything here. There's no PSP. And I can never remember the mutating web. I think this is the same as the last one. It feels like it, right?
Sure. It's not.
No.
Well, it's a little different, though, because the replica set, like, it's just literally not leaving. Like, do we not have delete permissions? Like, why is it taking forever to terminate?
I don't know. Okay, it's definitely...
Warning, node not ready. From node controller. Node is not ready. Let's describe the nodes.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
All right. So these are all of the nodes. Maybe I should just describe them in turn. Non-terminated pods, 15 in total. What? The
kubelet isn't posting node status anymore. There's something wrong with
our
kubelet. Do you see that?
Memory pressure, kubelet stop posting. Yeah.
There's something wrong with our kubelet. Which would also actually, the kubelet would explain why we're not getting our new pod created either. Because...
Yes.
It's
just...
Well, it's running. I guess that's a start.
We're still on the API server node.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you hop over to the other node and check on the kubelet?
Good idea. Okay. That's good. I guess if we can get it working on one, we should be able to see it. It depends where it's scheduled. Let's check that first. So get override. So this terminating pod was scheduled on LZ. Is that the one I happen to go on? No, of course not.
No.
Okay. Let's go into LZ. And there's no kubelet. and it's not a man, it's a system D service. So
Yeah. Exec start is missing.
I don't know if the order there's.
No.
I don't like the look of that, so I'm going to remove it. I don't want an empty exec start. It looked alright, at least unless it's crashing. Let's see status, right? Let's trust system D. Okay, it says, it's telling me that it's been reloaded.
Activating since Thursday, 1810. That is literally right now, 3 seconds ago. Right there. Active kubelet service. We just.
Oh yeah, service has more than one exec start setting, which is not allowed. I just removed that, right? Yeah. Why did this? Maybe my daemon reload didn't work. And then restart.
Can you restart kubelet? Unit kubelet service has a bad unit file setting.
And more than one exec start. Okay, so I'm assuming one of these other files. There must be another system D overlay. There's a way to get that as well. Cat.
I think we need to stop the kubelet first. And then restart it. Because environment file, there's a lot of environment file. This drop-in only works with kubeatom. Okay.
Okay, let's stop the kubelet. Why does it keep? Yeah, wait, I did modify it. I put that exec start back in because I wanted to confirm the message. So stop kubelet. Let's start kubelet. And status kubelet. How did I get that without the pager? Okay, so this is complaining now that. Who knows? Let's get the logs.
Failed code exited exception failed.
Oh, result. There's quite a lot in here, right?
Oh god.
It just spewed up on our screens.
Coroutine.
I don't see an actual error yet. Invalid. There we go. Phew. So the CPU CFS quota period of 1 second requires a feature get to be enabled on the kubelet. Okay. So we can either enable this feature or remove the flag. Does that make sense? I don't know. I've got kubelet blindness now.
Yep. Let's go and add that custom.
Are you in this session?
I am. Sorry. Maybe I am. Wait, hang on. No, I'm not in that session. Sorry, you're in the node. I hadn't joined you. LZ, right?
Yes.
There we are.
I just reload, so that we bug. Okay.
We do have the CPU CFS quota period.
Should we just comment it out?
Yep.
And we'll restart. Maybe that'll help. Although I don't know if the fix is just to disable the feature or enable the feature gate, but we just want to get the system running. It's doing stuff.
Yeah. Let me check on the other thing. So on this side, both Postgres and our clustered workload are terminating. Bunches of things are terminating. We are down to pending. Interesting. We broke it.
Okay. I'm going to check the kubelet on the last machine. Did I join 9289? No, okay. Let's just see if we have a kubelet on here. Yeah, we do have a kubelet. Okay, so we now have a kubelet running on all of the worker nodes. However, we're still having a problems terminating and scheduling the clustered pod, right? Available. Run get pods again? Does it still just say terminating? Oh no, it's
pending.
Gone. Okay, that's better. Okay, so why is Postgres pending?
I don't know. And 34 seconds.
You want to try describing
describe
Postgres?
that?
Maybe we're just being impatient. Maybe it's coming back to life.
Every time. No events.
Absolutely no
Control
information
by
there.
stateful set. Node none.
Oh, there's no scheduler. Where did you see node none?
Node none, right here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so.
Sorry, I'm like highlighting it. I'm used to screen sharing. Yeah. There's no node and there's no IP.
So we do have a scheduler running. I'm going to grab the logs of it. Copy and paste. The scheduler appears to be okay. Shoot. Okay, so our scheduler's running, but we're not getting pods assigned to a node. I'm not sure.
I'm looking at this.
And the nodes all reported healthy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. What about taints? Do the nodes have weird taints on them?
We can
that wouldn't allow us to schedule things? Invalid disk capacity?
Oh yeah. Good catch.
Okay, so node is now so
our
updated node allocatable limit across pods. Okay. Sorry, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so when you pointed out the invalid capacity 0 and image file system, that's obviously a problem. And that's on the... Which node is that? LZ,
LZ.
and the other one, oh no, wait, no disk pressure, sufficient memory. Okay, so the other
LZ.
nodes aren't reporting the same. So it's just that one node that seems to be reporting that. But that wouldn't explain.
So
and it only happened once, which means it's not recurring, it's not repeated.
Right. Node has no disk pressure. 5 times 2 over. It's happened a couple times though. Node has no disk pressure. Right. And it still has like non-terminated pods. 5 in total. Okay, so there's 5 pods on there. Yes, that makes sense. Limits memory.
It's really annoying me.
So this is really weird. So I'm looking at the allocated resources and it's saying it's 0%. Like if you look at the node description, the requests and the limits, like 200, I mean, those aren't like super huge, right? But like, it's all 0% of the node. Why? Does it just get like, this looks really weird to me, but I might not know anything. Like CPU requests are 0 for the cube system.
I think that's just because the resources that are applied to the cluster aren't requesting.
They're so small.
Resources.
Okay.
And they're not really doing.
Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at that. 0% looks weird to me. In production, I see like, massive percentages. So like that, okay.
So the thing that's really bothering me is if we describe, in fact, we're not even getting, well, let's describe the post one for now.
And randomly these clusters died. I mean, these pods, not clusters, randomly these pods just like went away and didn't come back at all. Like not even pending.
Well, yeah, okay. That's a good point. Let's go back to we must be missing something obvious here, I'm hoping. Let's describe this new replicate set. Why is nothing happening here? Okay, so this is very similar to the last cluster. The pods aren't showing up. They're not being created. Let's check our events.
Node is not ready. It says, and Smurl tools sleep v2, node is not ready. Smurl tools, node is not ready. And then it all just says node is not ready. Node has sufficient, sorry, I'm just reading a starting kubelet. Why is the kubelet starting on that node?
Shall we ask Guy for some help? Since we're approaching.
But like, look at the logs on this replica set. Why is the kubelet not? Why is that even on there? Invalid capacity 0 on large file system.
Yeah, let's patch in Guy.
How are you for time? I'm fine. Okay. My coworker, who I'm supposed to be meeting with in 6 minutes, is currently waiting for his vaccine, so he won't be there in 6 minutes. So we got the cluster events. All right. And then we started the kubelet, right? That was 8 minutes ago. We established, weird. Notice not ready, but now setup failed. Failed mount. Failed mount. There it is. 8 minutes, 24 seconds.
Yeah, I see
Normal
that.
killing, stopping container tools. Yeah, the whole node is not ready. That one we fixed. But the volumes that are in the Postgres pod are not valid. And then there's a taint manager eviction for the Smurl tools, which I don't know that we need to worry about those necessarily. But let's fix the Postgres one first, which is right there, taint manager. Oh, it's also a taint manager eviction right there. And then a failed mount. Oh, that's 12 minutes ago. But yeah.
Where'd you?
12 minutes ago, pod, right, slightly up. Marking for deletion pod, taint manager eviction. Why is that a taint manager eviction? We just tried to restart the.
I don't see taint manager eviction.
Go up to 2 lines. 12 minutes ago. 2 lines from your highlight. Yeah. Oh, scroll. Move your cursor down.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
There it is. And there's a bunch of those. And that happened when we deleted it. Why does it report as taint manager eviction when we just wanted to delete the thing? Didn't we just we edited it. We edited the. Let's look at the deploy description. That could have gotten edited, right?
I'm kind of worried. I don't even know. This header here seems really consistent, don't you think? Failed to sync secret cache.
Yes.
Timed out waiting for the condition.
Waiting for the condition.
What the hell is the secret cache?
I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, let's Google that message, actually. Good call. Beats me guessing for the next 5 minutes. Apparently it's RBAC permissions. Joy. Yeah, let's get a hint. Are you there, guy? Oh, I forgot about the latency. Although there shouldn't be, because he's in the thing. What is the point of a live audience for support if they're not available there to give you support?
Cassette, desired 2, current 1.
Yes.
Thanks for showing up.
This is only slightly freaky with the latency. Hang on, I'm going to mute the YouTube.
All right, give us a hint, because I'm out.
I think you've got a bit sidetracked on the errors and the events. There are 2 things still going on here, just to add to the confusion. One is why are pods stuck in pending and not getting scheduled? You were on the right tracks having a look at the scheduler. I think you want to have a closer look at it. And the other you should see once you fix it, so it starts scheduling pods.
Okay. And was the CPU CFS quota thing being commented out? Have I made that worse, or was that a fix?
No, that's fixed. I was trying to make a node very slow by putting the CPU up really, CPU CFS quota window up really high. But
okay.
The API server wouldn't let.
Well, thank you for the hint. I hate you. I'll speak to you later.
I thought that might be the case.
Thanks, guys.
I don't hate you. This is amusing. I enjoy watching Scottish people hate things because it's wonderful.
Okay. So there's something suspect about our scheduler here. In fact, yeah, we can see here all these files have been modified. So I'm not sure how we missed that earlier. So this is the scheduler manifest. Let's see if we can spot. Oh, this looks
special
weird.
Scheduler.
I'm going to remove that. I don't think we should be overriding the scheduler name, as special as it might be. Not today.
Initial delay seconds, timeout seconds. Okay, let's just change one thing at a time, though.
Yeah, that's great advice. Definitely. Although I get a little bit gun ho sometimes, so it's good to change one thing at a time.
All right.
Do we have a scheduler? Maybe it just takes a minute, right? There we go.
0 to 1.
So did that fix our scheduling problem?
Maybe if it comes up.
Has Postgres 0 been assigned a node yet? No. Okay, so let's pull it.
So maybe kill the replica set, kick the replica set.
Yeah.
It's still not running though.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, yeah, it's not healthy yet. So it might. It's only just acquired the leader lease. So in theory, this has been scheduled. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
it has.
Oh my gosh. It's on that node too. Our favorite node.
All right. So overriding the scheduler name, obviously a big no-no. We don't do that.
Sweet. So now we are still not seeing.
Oh, sorry. On you go.
Klustered, and we're not describe. Nope. Okay. Scaling replica set. Scaled up replica set. One desired, one available, one unavailable. All right. So.
Yeah, I still think
that's our clustered.
Yeah. Let's check those replica sets again. I find it really weird that we're like, it's not like the pod is being created and it's unscheduled. It's just there's just no pods. Right, and yeah, we're still desired one on that second replica set card. Okay, so there's something wrong with the controller.
Wait, what's happening here? 3 days, 8 hours. We have a replica set, but it says desired and current, but I don't see any current pods.
Yeah, I think he's.
What's happening there?
I think he's modified the controller manager and it's making all this.
It's lying to us because I don't see any pods. What? It's not.
No, you're right.
All right.
You're right. So there must be something in here. The fact that the replica set isn't even creating the pod for it to not be scheduled or be scheduled is a big warning sign. So. What has our sneaky Scottish person done in here? Look at all those controllers listed here.
Replication.
That's a large attack surface to change stuff.
Yeah. What else is there? Can I scroll? No. Maybe I can't. No, that's right. Oh God, that's I'm good at them, I promise. Okay, what's happening down here? Scheme, HTTPS, port. That seems fine.
So I think it's that controllers list. One of the weird things you can do with Kubernetes is, I only know this because of an earlier episode, is that you can do weird shit like, disable the replica set controller and stuff. But one of the other things is you can just tell it to run them all like this. So I think he's purposely typed all of these out to kind of hide the fact that the replica set controller is missing. And in fact, if we search, there is a replication controller.
Replication, but is that the same?
No, I think. Let's say that. Let's do the star. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Let's try and spin up everything.
I mean, somebody could later take over this cluster after you deleted it from.
Well, there is that. I'm gonna ignore that though. We'll just that wasn't me. And then I'll do my impatient thing when I run PS every 14 seconds or every 14 milliseconds. Okay, we have a controller manager. And I better see a pod in a second. I wonder if we should delete like the old replica sets and try and encourage it to.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Although, why is there an ancient replica set?
It's gone now.
Oh,
and we have our...
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. And it's talking about terminating pods.
It's terminating pods that don't exist? Interesting.
That we didn't know about before.
All right, so hopefully that's now pulling the image.
And it's running. Wait.
It is,
yes.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
Let's go into 12. Oh yeah, did we deploy our update? I can't remember.
Yes.
No, we tried to. Right. Okay, so we can port forward. Cluster. There we go.
It should be edited.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first things we did, and then we realized that everything was broken.
Yes.
Although we have a second. It looks like we have a second problem though, and that.
Oh no! Wait.
It can't hit the database service. So there's potentially one more problem, or maybe it's unrelated. So I'm just going to describe the service and see if we have any endpoint. Oh, shit, we do. Is this an intended guy? Before I start.
Wait, let's double check. Let's double check that we did in fact edit the deploy. Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, so why can it not speak to a database? Yeah, it definitely can't speak to a database.
Let's look at the logs.
I don't think there are any. You can try.
The pod?
It's a very terribly written Rust application that I wrote, so.
Oh, I mean, I wonder if it can't connect because they're out of sync.
It looks like it's DNS. It's always DNS, right? It says failed to look
Yes.
up address information, name not found. So let's check kubedns is working. Do you want to run a get pods on the kube system namespace? We have two core DNSs running.
Well, why do we need two?
Core DNS is really bad for logging. In fact, I don't expect to see anything come out of that container.
But it also says not found.
Oh, it's just missing the kube system namespace flag.
Ah, right. Thank you. I'm like, it's broken, right? Okay, I'm losing. I lost connection here. Wait, maybe. Go ahead. You type.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's a lot easier to spot typos and missing words when you're not the one typing.
No, I lost connection to the. I think.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
All right.
Connection refused. Failed to watch V1 service unknown. Get namespaces.
So it looks like it is trying to speak to the API server. Is getting connection refused. Maybe not. I don't know if there should be a selector on that service. Let's describe the service. Yeah, okay, so it's fine. There is an endpoint. The service is available on port 443. Why can core DNS not speak to our API server?
Because core DNS never talks to anybody. What?
Okay, so this is a Cilium cluster.
Okay.
Which means there are no network policies. Okay, sugar.
Why are there two pods for core DNS? Why are there two core DNS pods?
It just runs for redundancy. That should be okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so core DNS has a pod. It's scheduled. It's running. It has no connectivity across the cluster. Shit. And it's a connection refused. If it's not a network policy, it may be either kube proxy or the core DNS deployment could have been modified in some way.
Okay. When was it edited last? How would we know that? Is it in the manifests?
Yeah, if we do a kube edit deployment kube -n kube system core DNS, we should be able to look at the metadata or status. It might have a date in it. Failing that, I think we're going to have to either look at. I mean, it could even be ITP tables. It depends how evil guy was feeling. Yeah, so there's a generation 4 on this. So I think it has been modified.
Replicas 2, generation 4. Tell me more about that. Oh, revision 4.
Yeah, every time we modify it, the generation should
creation timestamp. That was 2 days ago, though. 329.
I'm just scrolling and hoping something jumps out at me.
Scheduler name is the default scheduler. Priority class name, system cluster critical. I don't know what that means.
Okay. I wish I had an idea. That's weird.
No events on that?
The endpoint is a public IP address?
Get it. Oh.
I don't think it should be. So if we do a get pods wide, our IP server has.
There's the 145 though down there. Packet Cloud Controller Manager. And kube proxy.
Okay, so some of them are getting.
Okay, wait. Okay, so wait, hang on. The kube proxy for the cluster that we were trying to schedule on LZ6NQ. Am I like super out of whack here? Because that is the only one that doesn't have a public IP. I'm just sorry. Like right on the third one from the bottom, right? But the one right above it is the other worker node, and it has a public IP.
Okay, so
so the service. Let's look at the service, the Kubernetes service. Kube proxy, right? On the broken node. Are we on that node? No, we're not. We're on the control plane node.
So I think
we should look. See that?
I think these are okay, and these are. Why does our core DNS have a different structure? Why is it a 192.168.4.5? That's not a CIDR address that we're using in our cluster, right? Like our pod IP space is 10.12. The public IP addresses, I think, is typically okay. This is fucked.
Right. And also, but like, I bet we can't reach that particular node because it also doesn't have a.
I should be better at this by now. So right now, my hypothesis is that the IP address of these pods is being something ski with there, right? That shouldn't be the IP address of those pods. So
yeah,
I don't know. Why is it getting those IP addresses? Let's kill them. How do you feel about that?
That sounds great.
And see if it comes back with those funky IP addresses again. I'm too quick to delete pods. I know it's a terrible practice, but sometimes I think let's just do it. Okay, so it has come back with those IP addresses. Now, if it's on a network of its own, it's not going to be able to reach the IP address of anything within the cluster. Like, it just wouldn't have the roots at all. So what?
So what is the?
I'm having to delete all this shit in the default namespace that we know shouldn't be there. Unless you've got some ideas. I'm drawing a loss again.
Is it?
You happy with that?
Yep.
Oh no, wait, of course they're deployments. Okay, good, gone. Now let's wait for them to go away. The only, I don't even know. I'm completely guessing. I think hopefully we can delete core DNS. I don't think those IP addresses are ranges. I think something's messing with it. We did look for admission controllers earlier.
Well, I mean, we also have no trouble. Wow, there's like, it's telling us twice that it is terminating. Look at that for the same one. See that? The deletion log is weird.
Yeah, but I just blame Kubernetes for that. Yeah. I'm going to delete this and then you're on your own. I have no idea. I'm just going to let you fix it. I want to see core DNS come back with an IP address that I know exists in my cluster. No, okay. So the CNI plugin is responsible for giving everything an IP address. Let's check the Cilium config map. There's a cluster IPv4 pool of 192.168.0.0.16. Is core DNS?
I don't know what that means.
It means I may have done something very bad. Shit. I think he's changed the CIDR of our network at mid-flight.
Like right now?
Okay. I just...
I'm so
like,
bad at this.
when I see a get pods all, and I'm seeing 10.12s here, I'm seeing 192s here. Are these node related? Let's do a grep for worker 89. Oh wait, what did I get? Oh, that's the config map. Silly. Okay, so this is all of our pods with the IP addresses. I'm going to grep on a worker 89.
Nothing.
That's not right. Oh no,
Worker
it's
A-A89.
Yeah, see, we have multiple CIDRs across. I mean, that just seems fucked. So let's check out. I don't know if you're still watching my screen, or if you're watching my screen, or if you're on your.
I am.
All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to pop open VS Code, and then I'm going to remember which CIDRs are used for cluster creation. So here's Cilium. Nope. Cluster.yaml. Well, there's going to be a token in here, but we'll deal with it.
I'm super out of my depth here. CIDR blocks.
Yeah. Okay. So 192.168. Weirdly enough, then
That looks right then.
but only for core DNS and a few other things. We have a whole bunch of other stuff on its own network.
Right.
I don't know. So we're going to have to just check all the obvious stuff then. Cluster side and 192.168.
Service cluster IP range 172 down there.
Service cluster IP address range.
I don't know what that means, but all I see is different. It's different.
I think that's just for Kubernetes and core DNS. I'm not even sure. Okay, I'm confusing myself. That's what's wrong. 10.12 is the actual bare metal network.
Yes.
So I'm going to describe this pod. I bet you it's just got both. Rook, Ceph. Has it just got multiple IP addresses and get pods is just picking a random one to show me? No, that's its only IP address. Which means it's either running a host networking or doing something else. So I think that's a completely different thing. And I'm debugging the wrong problem. So, which is very standard. So now back to this. Core DNS cannot speak to the Kubernetes API server. It's getting a connection refused. I don't think it's RBAC. It literally cannot hit the service. We've checked the service. It has endpoints. They look all right.
What about the Kube API server?
Yeah, let's check.
Because that one has been up 43 hours, which is not the same time as when the cluster was made.
Well spotted. Okay, so I mean, we could just look at this as the static manifest. I shouldn't look at it in the cluster. Okay, so we're back to suspecting something in here.
Kubernetes default.service.cluster.local is the service account. Do we have it? Why? Does that make sense?
Why
does the kubelet have a preferred address type? Enable admission plugins, node restriction. Is that normal?
Yes, I've fallen for that before, trying to delete it, and it turns out that is normal.
What about the advertised address?
Yeah, I'm looking at that. So we want to correlate that to the service IP address. Right now, I'm going to assume it's okay. But definitely something I'm going to check in a moment. The rest of this looks fine. I mean, we're speaking to the API server, right? It is working. The controller managers and other server seats are scheduling pods. They're speaking to it. It's only core DNS. Is there something funny about core DNS? Yeah. Let's go back into this. I feel like we've missed something. I've missed something.
Oh, I missed something too. So, where are we in right now?
This is the core DNS config. I'm really looking to see if this networking stuff is wrong. Now, he could have changed the security context. I'm not sure what core DNS needs, but I'm assuming NetBind service is probably all right, considering all it does is run a DNS server.
But it drops all.
Oh, the DNS policy, yeah, that should be all right. Oh, I think there is a DNS policy of host first.
Wait. Okay, so default is not the default.
You know what we could do? Core DNS Kubernetes manifest. What's this supposed to look like? And you can see I've been on this before because clearly people keep fucking with core DNS. But so what was it we said was potentially suspect? We wanted to look at DNS policy. Yeah, default seems to be okay.
Okay, that's fine.
What was the other thing? I'm not sure about enable service links. That sounds bad to me. Yeah. Because that would imply that it's maybe... Yeah, I
Or
don't.
something is missing. Priority. What about priority? 2 bajillion.
Uh,
That looks huge. What
Yeah.
is that even?
It's not set in here, but the priority class name is. So yeah, let's comment that out. The class name seems okay. Preemption policy isn't set, so we're going to take that out too. Schedule name, security context. Like you said, let's change one thing at a time. Let's see if any of that helps us whatsoever. I really want to be on the viewer side of this one week.
Right?
I just not be on this side of it for sure. We're going to have to get someone else to host this. Okay, so we're deleting core DNS. I'm hoping it's the enable service links or that priority crazy big number, whatever that's doing. Maybe Guy will join us if it fixes it and tell us what the hell that was doing. So let's see if I can port forward again. Oh. It looks like it's maybe still broken.
Should we restart the whole core DNS deployment rather than just delete the pods?
Well, let's check the logs of it first in case it's something.
Sure.
No, it's healthy now, whereas I was complaining a lot last time, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It was. There were.
Redeploy our clustered deployment.
Yeah. Okay.
So it can pick up on things. I just like starting with a fresh slate sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just going to check both of these. Yeah, those both look good. So let's try your suggestion.
Actually, just like delete the whole deploy, like redeploy it.
Okay. Well, since it's up, I'm going to just check it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, we still have no cluster DNS. Kubernetes has endpoints. I'm assuming Kubernetes has endpoints. Are they scheduled on different nodes? Okay, that's after 8. For me. Let's see if Guy wants to jump in and give us a last bit of advice before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
You there, Guy?
I am indeed.
Are we close?
You've not looked at the configuration of core DNS. You've looked at the pods, but not how the pods are configured to run the DNS.
Okay, so you want us to look at the core DNS config map?
Yeah, and you can. I nicely left you some Smurl tools pods so that you could, if you didn't have anything in the cluster to exec into and run digs against things in the cluster and outside the cluster, you could use that. You didn't seem to like my present though.
I didn't know what Smurl was. I just was like, go away. Because in my experience of these episodes, people don't leave me helpful things. They leave me bad, nasty things. And I just wanted rid of anything I didn't know what it was. So,
I mean, that's reasonable.
All right. Thank you. We'll give this another few minutes to see how we get on. Thanks, Guy. I like my phone a friend button. That's coming in quite handy. Okay. So fortunately, we had this YAML open. So why don't we go through the config map? So we're looking to see errors, health, ready.
So I'm impressed to see that lame duck is a real thing. Great. Kubernetes cluster.local. That's different. Cluster domain reverse siders.
Yeah, I think these are substituted out at apply time.
Oh, sure.
But this fall through, we've got bad stuff here.
Do we? Oh, yeah. TTL.
And TTL, yeah. Let's get rid of those. Is there anything else? Prometheus, forward, cache, loop. Prometheus, forward, cache, loop, reload, load balance, reload, load balance.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like...
what about forward at C resolve conf?
Yeah, I think that's just telling it to fall back on the host. Okay, so now we've modified the config map. There's no core DNS controller. We will need to put those pods. And then let's just hope it fixes it. It's always so slow. I should start doing a force kill with a grace period on it, but
I hate config maps. I really just don't like them. I'm like, no.
I don't think that helped.
Well,
okay, so Wiley told us to try that. Let's try it. I guess that's the nicer way instead of deleting the pods. But we already deleted the pods and we still weren't getting working DNS. Although I guess the service, I never really checked that the service was actually responding yet. Bad me. Okay, we have endpoints. We have no DNS. Just keeps coming. All right. Did we miss something? Is that errors supposed to be at the top? Yeah, errors. Health, lame duck. Ready, Kubernetes. I wonder if this line is wrong.
Is it cluster.local.service?
Oh no. Let's I'm going to say cheat. I'm going to jump onto cluster 14 and grab the config map and see what's different. Yeah, I don't need an invite. There we go. Okay. You'd think after 7 episodes I would know what this config map is supposed to look like, but I just do not. Kube control, kube config. Okay, this one works. So cluster.local, and the pod and secure and the TTL are actually there too. The forward. This is the same config map. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's pull them side by side. It will zoom the same. Go to line 1. Yeah, so we removed the pod and secure and TTL, so let's add that back.
Sure. What about...
Yeah, these are the exact same file. Yeah. So he told us to look in the core DNS config, and then there was nothing wrong with the core DNS config. That's just cruel.
Yeah.
All right.
What about the?
You got an idea?
Okay, I want get. Seriously. Okay.
Okay, Guy has given us a helpful hint on the YouTube chat saying there's a few pixels. If this is a white space error in the core DNS config, I will be mighty frustrated. Do you mind if I type?
Cool.
Yeah. Oh no, go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
No, just feel free to open.
Do the thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's just pull open that config map again. Unless it's whatever's off screen. No, there's nothing.
Wait, hang on. Which one's the? So this is 14. Okay.
So this one's 14 here. And in fact, I'll line it.
It might not be a white space error. And this is 12. Okay, resource version is different. Okay, flip back to 14. Keep flipping. Scroll up. Okay, scroll up to where it says data core file. Damn.
He's mocking us now because he said your jumping back and forward showed a slight difference. This number seems arbitrary. Oh, you son of a bitch.
That's the one that's different, and I was looking at the timestamp, so that's the UID is different, and the resource version is like.
So the resource version I would expect to be different, but it's wildly high, right?
Yeah, but I don't even know what resource version means in this case. Is this where does that come from? Config map resource version?
I'm going to delete it and see what it puts in its place. Yeah, our big, huge number.
Okay. 6 digits. Did you just replace it with the previous one or with the one from the other cluster? I'm just going to look up. I don't even know what that means, resource version.
I'm assuming there's like a weird bug, and I'm sure he's found it because he works at Skyscanner and they've got a level of scale that most people don't have. But something to do with this number going so high is maybe causing it to load an old config map in the pods or something. I don't really know. But the number being so high worries me. But we're now at the stage where I have to go and pick up my daughter. So
yeah,
I'm just going to bring Guy in to tell us what wonderful magical
what we should
crap
do.
This is. Yeah. All right, Guy. Lay it on us.
So when you were jumping back and forth between the working config and the non-working config, if you look really hard at the C in front of it in the Kubernetes config.
Oh, you bastard.
The C?
Yeah, it's not a C. No, it's a character which looks a lot like a C.
What?
So the Kubernetes plugin became authoritative for letter that looks like C, luster.local.
That is cruel.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit bad about it.
And it works. I mean, my app doesn't work, but it worked. All right, that was really harsh, guys. Thanks for that.
Sorry. I think I owe you a pint next time we're able to meet in person.
All right, I really, really do have to go get my daughter before she gets really grumpy that she's not in her bed. Guy, I'm going to cut you off, but thank you very much. That was painful.
Thank you. I learned a lot.
Okay.
This was really fun. Thank you so much for having me. I learned a ton. I hope I was helpful.
Yeah, you were. You definitely were. It's always nice just to have somebody help you, talk to you. We've got some really good tips from you, changing one thing at once, just walking through the whole process. And again, we have to make sure that people know that it doesn't matter how much you work with Kubernetes day in, day out. There's just so much. It's such a huge, complex project with thousands of contributors, millions of lines of code. You don't need to know it all. So
you just need to have friends to jump on clusters with.
Exactly. Friends like Gwen to come and help you whenever you need it. So
this is super fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. Have a really great day, and I will speak to you again soon.
I will. Enjoy bedtime.
Thanks, bye.